Very good evening, everyone, and welcome everyone to the Scotland Feast as two absolutely reckoning forces in terms of the Indian footballing history. Neroca FC takes on Tidham Road Athletic Union at the picturesque SSA Stadium. Well, as things stand, it hasn't exactly been a very sonorous, a very pleasant outing for both the teams. That's a dressing room of Neroca FC. They are being managed by Gyan Moyon, and obviously these names, they will like to continue somewhat of a similar form that they kind of procured against Mohammedan Sporting in their last game. The result unfortunately didn't go their way. Ansumana Kroma, of course, will be playing a pivotal role in today's fixture if Neroca is to beat TRAU FC. Of course, both the teams hailing from the hills, they will be acclimatized to the climate. They'll be acclimatized to the conditions. We'll quickly listen to what Mr. Gyan Moyon had to say ahead of the fixture.
First of all, we are really excited for this derby match, and we are well prepared for this match. We are really, looking forward, to win this match. Play well. So, we are, from from the second leg, we have been, not getting result. The way we played, sometimes we played very well, but we couldn't get. We are unlucky. We couldn't get, goal or victory. But but keeping our hope alive, and as this is derby, and playing derby is always, excited, and it's different things. So we are looking forward for this, and we are well prepared, and we're gonna win this match. Yeah.
Well, as he pointed out, optimism certainly is the norm for them, is the need of the hour as well. And as they talk that this is the derby of the hills, that means a lot is to be played for. A lot of things remain on the line, the stakes as well. That's a dressing room for Tidham Road Athletic Union, and they are being managed by Mr. Nandakumar Singh. They've got a few big names as well in their camp, and of course they would be hoping to clinch the Northeastern Derby and restore their pride. They certainly aren't in the safe zone, to be honest, but then when a match like this comes in, you never know. Well, as the players make headway into the centre, we'll quickly listen to what Mr. Nandakumar Singh had to say ahead of the match.
I already instructed my boys to be very cautious, to be very serious. Today is a very serious match, and both the teams have critical positions right now. So we are trying to play attacking game all the time. They should play attacking and try to score goals and try to win today's match, and don't do silly things, silly fouls, and play fair play. And they should sacrifice for the match today and try to win today's match. That much only.
So much to play for, and definitely to tell you further about this captivating contest. Joining me in the commentary box is Bhashwar Ghosh. Welcome, Bhashwar, and a very good evening.
Very good evening, and thank you, Rohit. Expecting a cracker of a match in this Northeastern Derby, the Manipur Derby or the Imphal Derby, whatever you like to call it. But this season has been a strugglesome one for both these teams. But they will bring the best on the pitch. But the home side, Neroca, they have stuck with basics. Soram Poiré on goal, Rohit, Ronaldo, David Simbo, and Rakesh Mate in the back line. Nongamba comes into the lineup as well with Kolipali and Tangwa in midfield. David out wide, Snotton and Kroma leading the striker. Darius, of course, Snotton, as we mentioned, will be very eager to impress. He has come into this setup later this season, and this is his time to shine. He had been promising versus Mohammedan Sporting, but we'll have a look at the TRAU lineup as well in a moment. There's the training right before the game, just gearing up. And as Nandakumar Singh mentioned, he would want his side not to make too many mistakes.
Well, talking about mistakes, this league, this edition of I-League, has been a forgettable one for both the sides. I reckon with youngsters coming in, they have focused more on nurturing young talent instead of going for bigger names of the sport. And that's the starting 11 for TRAU FC. Aryan under the woodwork, Pritham, Clinton, Manjeet and Sunil. In the defense, a five-man midfield manned by Deepak, Jakhanov, Suranjit, Vidyananda and Danish. And Sedu Nuhu will be leading the charge up front for them. And also going by the match officials, we'll quickly introduce you to them. Akash Kumar, Kamlesh Kumar Mehta. Assistant referee is Mr. Parmeshwar Gop, Pratik Arun Bajaj, and the fourth official, Mr. Mithun Kumar Kundu. And as the players make their way to the centre, we'll quickly take a look at the points table. Tidham Road Athletic Union in the 12th spot and Neroca in the 13th. Both teams with 18 matches. Now, the fun fact here is, like, whichever team wins kind of cements themselves more on the pride front. However, when it comes to points, I think we would rather let it slide for another discussion, another edition. But then again, as they say, as they call it, the Imphal Derby, it goes without a saying, more than points, it's about pride.
Well, more than points, it's about pride, as you mentioned. Perfectly pointed, and many of their home fans will be glued to the screens to watch this encounter. And why I mention that especially is because neither of these teams have got the advantage of playing at their real homes in the Kuman Lampak Stadium, Manipur. I'm sure they all are missing it. We hope that they are back soon at their very home ground. But right now, TRAU are playing from Kolkata, while Neroca, they have paced in the second half of the season at SSA Stadium in Shillong, Meghalaya. And this is Neroca's home match. This venue has been a special one, even though for Shillong Lechong throughout the season. But what a spectacular venue. The atmosphere, the weather, everything. And enjoyable, to say the least. And so will be the football, we hope, on pitch. Not too much of depth on the bench today for Neroca, but they have enough on the lineup, I believe. They have experimented throughout the season. They have tried so that they get points, which they haven't, just 2 wins. But today, they have come out all guns blazing.
The two captains are in the centre. David Simbo played a crucial role in the match against Mohammedan Sporting. Couldn't really avert the landslide in the end, yes, but then there was a lot of heart that Neroca had in that fixture, particularly facing a giant from Kolkata. And then the other captain, Suranjit Singh, a youngster, would like to make things count. Of course, comes in with a lot of exciting young talents there. Both the teams, I think they will have to learn a lot from this tournament. They will have to understand that anything can happen, and the entire course of their upcoming footballing journey can change through one match. One particular name to look forward to in the TRAU echelons, well, when it comes to sporting a different hairstyle, of course he leads it as well. And when it comes to football, talking about his speed, his flair, his shooting range, Vidyananda Singh will be someone that Neroca FC will be very cautious about. And one name in the Neroca FC lineup that TRAU will have to be very careful about, that is Ansuman Akroma. On his given day, he can ravage any opposition at will.
Well, we'll add another name to that in the Neroca midfield. You mentioned Bidyananda in the TRAU midfield. Watch out for Tangvarakui in that midfield of Neroca. Both of them, almost a similar role for both these teams, will be so key. And Kian Moyon and Nandakumar Singh, a silent battle on the sidelines. I like how he went for that last line in the pre-match talks where he said, we are going to win this. That's confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. And one more thing that you said, since you mentioned Tangwa Ragoi, I think Mohammedan as well tasted a bit of a sting in the last game, rattled the woodwork, was denied by some tremendous goalkeeping as well. So, of course, he will like to try his destiny, whether from range, whether from point-blank range. And we're all set. And off we go. here at the Imphal Derby in the SSA Stadium. Attacking on your frame from the left to the right in their flamboyant orange is Neroca FC, also known as the Orange Brigade. And attacking on your frame from the right to the left, dressed in their away jersey today, is Tiddim Road Athletic Union, whom we also call in a doting manner as the Red Pythons.
Well, and a quick start and a free kick won as well for Neroca. Suranjit doesn't agree. He's leading the TRAU side today. Young but experienced shoulders. We'll have a look at that again. Darius, another of those sparkling new recruits in this setup. Neroca looking to create something early on. Well, one more goal conceded and one match more won is the difference between the two sides. In shot, Darius to Rohit.
That's a nice cross into the box, and Vidyananda Singh on it goes for a long ball. However, a lot defending there from Neroca FC. And yes, you were talking about the points table a few seconds ago. If Neroca is able to win this fixture, they can be very much in level terms with TRAU FC on points. That's another lovely cross from the right. But then Vidyananda Singh today pretty active right from the start, and throughout the course of this league, despite his team not really able to find that stride, find those scoring boots of theirs, Vidyananda Singh has been quite a revelation, and not just a revelation, quite an active, quite a live wire out there in the midfield. A bit of a push there. Referee says there wasn't much. Nice little run.
Well, and that was a glimpse at David Singh, who's been very lively down that left channel. And there's the head coach of TRAU FC, Nandakumar Singh, has altered a few things. Wants to set up his team for a future as well, looking ahead of time. And a corner for Neroca. So the first 2.5 minutes, it's been all Neroca, but can they get a goal as well to add on? Towards the keeper, punched out by Tangvarakui. Thinking of a first time pass.
I reckon when Tangvaravui was coming towards this, I think the idea was to try and take a shot at the first goal, because the goalkeeper was slightly off the line. But by the time he reached the ball, the goalkeeper had regained his balance, and then he had to pull out of the shot. And as a result, what followed suit wasn't really the cleanest of passes.
Well, rightly breakdown there, correct breakdown, I would say. And that's just a little glimpse of what he's got. He's got the ability to find the back of the net from there as well. And there's one more of the special youngsters, Nongamba, who has come into the lineup. He was very much among one of the best wingers last season. No foul given.
I reckon a bit of Hardy brand of football there. The referee is not really looking forward for the soft tackles and the soft dives out there. Nicely kept in play there. Trying to move forward, trying to make way into the center. Can he go for that cross? Here comes the cross, a pretty flatter one. Can be a goal scoring chance, and almost there. Goes agonizingly wide. What a brilliant opportunity. However, Deepak Singh couldn't keep that on target.
Well, just when we were trying to focus on some talents in orange, there came Danish and Deepak, the two wings that shine so bright for TRAU FC. Was about to mention them soon, but out of nowhere, just create that chance. David Simbo was there to defend, but one little lapse of concentration, and that's how fast Danish Aripam and Deepak Singh are.
I reckon that was slightly sloppy from the Neroca defense, kind of allowed Deepak Singh to go forward with the ball. Could have done better. But once again, in football, moments like these happen. And, you know, as they say, that for a split second, if you take your eyes off the ball, if you take your guards down, what follows suit is absolute catastrophe. And you would definitely not like to watch that. That's excellent from TRAU. That's another long ball there. The idea was to try and find the towering Nuhu Sedu, who was on the prowl. However, that was slightly overpowered. David Simba almost missed out on that occasion.
Clever from Suranjit. As you mentioned a while ago, how the referee is not going to give a soft free kick. So this is a derby, of course, we have to remember. But what makes a derby more special is the fans on the stands, which of course is not a possibility this season at least. How do you think that will affect the game and the mentality? Oh, that's a brilliant turn from Kolibali, enjoying his time in the midfield, but too much entertainment is not too great against this alert TRAU side.
I'll answer your question, Bhashwar, for sure, but at the moment, the way Neroca is trying to find out an opening, here comes a cross, looks slightly overpowered. And now getting back to your question there, how is the absence of crowd going to affect the game? Now, that question, I think that's pretty subjective in nature. You never know what is in the player's mindset at times. They say, you know, when there is a lot of people out in the stands, the team that's traveling away from home, I reckon it becomes slightly difficult for them as well, because they have a pretty hostile situation to deal with in terms of crowd, in terms of the ultras as well, if we talk about. But then again, when they are playing in a stadium that hasn't got fans of any of the sides, I think they are able to play a lot more freely. But then again, there are a few players who thrive under pressure, who thrive under the crowd, who thrive under the limelight. And then there are a few players who thrive in silence. So yes, I don't think there's a definite answer. Yes, obviously there will be an impact with the crowd missing. For the home side particularly, that is Neroca FC, that will certainly be a factor. But truth be told, again, they are professionals. I think for them, one of the buzzwords that they carry on throughout their career, that is adaptability. And I think they will adapt.
Hoping so. And at least one thing is sure, given their positions in the league table, they have nothing to lose at the moment. Just go play the free brand of football, try to get 3 points. Draw wouldn't help either of these teams. They will only try to attack as much as possible. A little space opening up. Suranjit lining up one. Deflected off David Simbo. And a free kick in favor of Neroca.
Well, that was a good spot there from Suranjit. Again, an experienced campaigner. There's a reason why he's sporting the captain's armband. But again, he'll have to be careful as well. That was a head-on collision there between Nuhu Sedu. Ball's back with Neroca FC. Neroca sends it further forward onto that extreme far left, and that has been headed away to safety. An opportunity for TRAU, is it? An opportunity for Neroca, in fact, to find an opening.
Rakesh Mite with the throw in, and there's Tangwar Kui, short pass, and safe hands of Aryan, who has been performing in the last few games. Has been dropped as well. They have rotated quite a few times. Isak Nu has seen a pass through, just away from Danish, who has enough on his legs. The pace is immense. Does he have enough to beat Rohit? Mite comes on top of that.
Excellent body shielding and very good awareness. Situational awareness was crucial, was key in that defensive maneuver, and Rohit Mite was absolutely impeccable with his maneuver there. Slow, small touches now being the building blocks for Neroca FC. We can see in the frame Nandakumar Singh. He will like to have a victory here and possibly carve a difference between them and Neroca. It's going to be tough though. Both the teams, they kind of know each other's strengths. Both the teams know where each other thrives. And the conditions somewhat similar for both of them. It isn't exactly pretty bright and vibrant and flamboyant. Here's a chance though for TRAU FC, coming in all the way from the left, cutting back in, keeps the possession at their feet. Vidyananda Singh with the ball. That's a lovely through ball, looking for a cross, and an excellent block. Extraordinary block, and not just a block there from Rakesh Mitay. He ensured the fact that he's seeing it off till the very end. It was not going to be an easy one. Look at how comfortably Rakesh Mitay kept his eyes on the ball, and there quickly recovers himself and body shields as well.
Rakesh and Rohit, both of them, the fullbacks, have been doing their job well so far. But in those type of gambling passes forward, there's always a man named Ansumana Kroma, very eager to get onto those opportunities. But hopefully the TRAU defense is aware with a few changes. They have Clinton coming in along with Manjeet Sharma. But here's a chance for TRAU. Danish will look for a first time cross. David Simba in the way, still a chance. Should have taken a shot from there. Isak Noor tried to check it back, but the attack continues. Vidyananda from distance, rising and wide as well.
Another flashy chance here for TRAU FC. A bit of hesitation there, and as a result they didn't pull the trigger. Vidyananda Singh, again a man blessed with those long rangers, a man blessed with precision and bullseye from distance. He will frequently try and pull the trigger. But then again, with that being said, I reckon TRAU FC will have to be a bit more convincing. If you take overall a holistic look at the match so far, there hasn't much that Neroca has done. This can be a lovely chance. A long ranger comes smashing in. However, that crashes on to the side netting there.
And look at that, taking it the first touch, setting it up for the shot there for David Singh. And the left footer powerful. But Kroma was there, so was Darius, both of them. They were hoping that a cross comes in towards their feet. Oh, Tangvarakui always there whenever there's a gap seen. And now Kroma with the shot, tried to be precise than powerful. And that perhaps took the chance away.
Hesitation. Once again, hesitation. Whatever chances we have seen in this game so far, they have not been converted because both the sides have been hesitant to pull the trigger. Somehow that lack of confidence in oneself is very, very prevalent. And I think that has to change. They will have to start believing, because knowing these two teams, I think whatever has happened in the league, it has happened. You just cannot, latch on to the shortcomings for yesterday. You have to start looking into tomorrow. So possibly you have to start believing in your strengths a lot more. Both the teams had pretty decent chances, and yet somehow belief that kind of converts. Well, that's a poor giveaway, and this can allow, in fact, that's a foul. What I reckon is, if he would have gone with that outside dodge, he had acres of space ahead of him. That's a yellow card coming out, and it's going to be Manjeet Sharma who has been booked.
And that's the right decision, because there were two options, a very bright chance opening up for Neroca, Tangvarakui and of course Kroma were both there in the box. Very impressive the way Tangva makes those runs, but Nongkamba, as you mentioned, could have gone to the right. But either way, a free kick in a very dangerous position.
And I reckon even Manjeet was slightly clumsy on that occasion, because he was watching the man, he wasn't watching the ball. So by the time the ball changed feet, it was already too late. A couple of people, a couple of players there for Neroca FC. It looks like Rohit Mitay is out there. Can he convert that? We can also see Darius Purwood, who's going to be the man to unload the Enterprise.
Rohit and Darius, both of them there. Might be a cross in the box. Indeed it is. Ronaldo with the first touch. And that's a name we would love often to see in the box in international football, but he's a centre-back for his team here, rising on that occasion. Oh, and Isak, no, he is not at all happy with the decisions. The first one was a free kick a while ago, which went against him, and now the throw-in decision, absolutely furious.
Well, things like these happen in football. There's not much that you can do about except for voicing your protest. But then with that being said, I think you just have to make peace with whatever call the referee calls. And this time straight into the hands of the TRAU goalkeeper there, Aryan. And truth be told, even in that last occasion where there was a possible chance, I reckon when Ronaldo, by the time he reached out there, only if he could have just kept his calm and possibly laid it out on the path. A cross comes floating in, eludes everyone, gets safely deposited. Oh, this can be risky. At the moment though, Neroca FC, they are twisting with the fire here. And it looks like they have come out unscathed.
Well, this one looked more of a foul though, and the second one just played on by the official. Probably didn't want to get inconsistent with the decisions. That's one thing we often say about officials. It doesn't matter if it's these kind of challenges given or not. Wasted ball meanwhile. But it's more about how consistent are you with the decisions. You haven't given that, you haven't given this one as well. That is what sometimes you want the referees to be consistent. If you're giving that one, you're expected to give this one as well.
I think it's kind of a very, very quizzical subject in football, that what exactly is going on in the referee's mind. A lot of questions come knocking on the doors for a particular decision, whether the player was completely in control or not, or whatever it is, or was that tackle. Oh, that's a brilliant work there, and that should be a foul, as the referee says no. Looked like there was a tug from the back there. Not exactly sure about it, but then I believe the referee was in the best position to make it a call.
Another replay I would love to see there. Darius has still stayed down, but that was a brilliant first touch from Darius and the run forward. And well, he has a case there, I would say. Well, let's have a look at that again. Just slipped before, I would say. That is the reason. Look at that, just lost his stride. Good officiating there from Akash Kumar Mehta.
Yes, as I said, Bhashwar, I think the referee was always in a good position, and particularly when players are close to that penalty box, you would see them going down even with a very tender touch, and I think that is why the referees at times tend to give decisions which aren't exactly what they were expecting. Crowd, I won't say that this is a chock-a-block stand, but then a few people turning up, of course. Who doesn't love football? And it's a slightly gloomy Thursday evening out there in Shillong. So just to enlighten, just to enliven the mood, I think a few people have turned up, of course enjoying the brilliant game of football. That's a goal kick. Can Neroca FC turn the heat up? Both the teams, on occasions and collective incidents, they have been brilliant, but when it comes to imposing something convincing, they haven't exactly been spitting fire. Here's a chance though for Neroca, lining up for some shooting space or some shooting range, is it? Goes all the way from the left. That's a lovely setup. Can be a goal scoring chance. Flag goes up. Ansumana Kroma, his eyes lit up with the possibility that he can open the scoring here. However, the linesman denying him a shy at glory.
And that was perhaps because of that body shape, I would say. And Kroma needs to maintain that line better. As a striker with his experience, he needs to know where the line is. He probably does, but he expected the defenders to track back before the pass came in. But everyone were focused on the ball being played. That's a steal by Kolibali. A vision to find that pass. And now Darius has so much space in front of him, driving in the box. And Aryan comes out to make a save. Another chance. First time attempt from Nonkamba. This is good football from Neroca, but the outcome isn't still there because they haven't been clinical. Another
Well,
steal.
Well, apologies for that, Bashman. And I reckon Aryan, he's done a sensational job, but now TRAU, the Red Pythons, can be on their way forward. However, a clean snatch there from David Simbo. That's what experience does to you. Knowing when to pull the trigger, knowing when to go for the tackle, that is crucial. Like the way Aryan did it sensationally well in the last occasion. And now they're trying to make way forward. There was a lot of space out on the right, but they decide to play it onto that central channel, trying to keep the possession at their feet, possibly lining up for a long ranger, is it? No, sends it towards the far right. However, a shot has been blocked, and Neroca still pursues further leeway forward. Free kick going against them.
Well, I like that from Jakanov, stepping in the way of Koulibaly. He's enjoying his time in the midfield, Koulibaly, just trying a few tricks and just comfortably sailing past defenders. But on that occasion, he was too casual, and Jakanov came in the way and pulled down. Again, a brilliant first touch. They know their basics well. That's the best part about the teams from the Northeast. Most of them, they are so well trained from a very young age, and that is why there's the focus in grassroots football lately in India, which is an important part what they have been doing. There's the previous attack.
Brilliant work there, absolutely brilliant. And look at Aryan, how that was crucial, you see. If he wouldn't have put on that save, and I think that was kind of docile resignation there from Neroca FC. They possibly could have just taken that second touch. There was time, there wasn't any pressure on the player, so could have just taken that second touch, and then that shot would have looked a lot more convincing. However, truth be told, I think that's a chance that went begging. It's a long way to go, of course, but then every chance that comes your way, you'll have to start taking them, or at least come closer with them. That's a decent bit of interception by TRAU, and they drive forward.
Oh, Danish, he has stayed on his feet and avoided the challenge as well. Isak Nuhu, heavy touch, and Tangvarakui, once in the TRAU box, once in his own half. Impressive work rate. And that'll be a throw-in for Neroca, but the challenge that needed to be better. Going for a final tackle there and missing the ball totally. And the Kumar Singh is feeling the heat in a cool Shillong weather.
Absolutely, when pressure comes calling. Oh, that's a lovely little back flick there. Tangvaragui does well to keep the ball and sends it back to Ansumana Kroma. Burwood steps up and wins a foul for his team there. And I reckon that is some electric brand of football from the Orange Brigade. I won't say that it's categorical enough, but they are just starting to show the signs of brilliance that they come to a match with.
We've been seeing that since the Mohammedan match last up, and maybe they're growing late into the season, very late. But they're looking good. Rohit with the cross in, too close to Aryan, who had it covered, and that'll be a goal kick. But coming back to the quality you mentioned, it's gradually growing, but it is all square after 24 minutes between Neroca and TRAU. It is the Imphal derby, away from Imphal right now. Bidyananda a moment ago with that challenge which gave away the free kick, and just a while ago he had a push on Koulibaly as well. Brilliant first touch from Danish Aribam. He likes that angle. Has once scored against Arindam this season from there. So has Deepak. They love to shoot.
Absolutely, and here comes Tangvaragui once again. You were talking about his work rate. He's an incredible footballer, and he's very young. This can be a possible chance for Neroca FC. A bit of fancy work there, a long ranger, but I would say that was actually emasculated. The angle was never really in his favor there. Lined himself up there, Perwood, but then he could have done better. He possibly could have cut in a bit more sharply than he did. Could have been slightly straighter to the trajectory that he tried to use, because you know, when you're shooting from that acute of a range, it kind of becomes pretty easy pickings for the goalkeeper, and Aryan as usual did well.
Tangva with the chip, and Kroma again just tracking back. understanding needs to be there with Chroma. Even when Darius was making the run, and that was the previous attack from Danish, just sets it up for the shot. Rohit does well to take him away. And there was Darius after that. The angle, as you mentioned, could have been better. Taken another touch inside and go for the curler. But again, I was talking about Ansumana Chroma, and with his experience, once he was offside, and then this Darius chance, he could have been in a better position. He was running in an offside position again. And right after that, when Tangva was trying to chip that ball forward, he came in while he should have gone to gamble for the ball. The understanding, it's difficult when you come in late in the season to a team and try to gel in that, but well, expected to do better.
Yeah, I think I'll just add on to what you had to say. I mean, it's understandable you've come late to the team, but a player of Chroma's stature is playing Indian football for a while now. Should be knowing the nitty-gritties. Here comes another long free kick. David Simbo takes it head on, and now this can be an opportunity for Neroca FC. There's a lot of space out there. Whether can they continue to scoot forward? They do, and it looks like it's a phenomenal run there from Nongbang Singh. However, it has been denied eventually. Nongamba Singh, apologies. And back with TRAU FC. And yes, you were talking about Ansumana Chroma. You see, the point of being an experienced player, the point of being a seasoned warhorse is that you've seen the game for a long time. So it is expected that no matter when you are being plugged into the team, in which half of the season, yeah, it's understandable that you take a couple of matches to get into the group, but I think he's played more than 2 matches. I think by now he should be knowing what his team expects of him and what is the possible chemistry between the players.
Nityananda couldn't quite control it, but Suranjit will shield it away for a throw-in. Nongamba is a bit frustrated there. He's got 2 or 3 opportunities. The confusion with whose throw-in it is. It is for Neroca. I also thought that it was Vidyananda who got the last touch. And now Darius, or rather Kolibale it was. Pritham with the clearance. He knows this venue very well. Pritham Kumar Singh has been playing for Shillong Lechong in the past from this very venue. He knows every inch of this ground. He's back somewhat home, if not for all the players on pitch, but for him. But here's a chance for Neroca. Nongamba in the Campbell, so many white shirts in front of him. And now Kolibali trying something ambitious, but not quite accurate enough.
You know, I would say both the teams, they are kind of taking, or they are kind of making it difficult for themselves when they are coming knocking on the doors. I think they have done exceptionally well out there in the midfield. They have done exceptionally well in carving the balls for themselves, cutting back in sharply, creating those angles, creating those crosses. But when it comes to the final touch, I think everything that they have done, it has been straight away turned into a cat's cradle, and that is something that they'll have to stop doing. They'll have to take those simpler chances. Here's a grounded corner. Perwood has an opportunity to go for that cross. Here comes the cross, and I reckon that has been overpowered. He's sending the cross in from inside the box. It goes without a saying that it has to be a very delicate touch. And what he does is he kind of overpowers that, kind of strikes it pretty hard, which takes the ball away from the reach of any available Neroca players in the box. And off late in the recent minutes, I think Neroca, they have seen a bit more of the ball, and they have also ventured forth with more numbers than TRAU has done in the opposition half.
Well, but they need to do more when they come in front of goal. They're lacking ideas. TRAU and Neroca, they're trying a bit extra. Just being casual in that approach in the final third. Apart from that, they have been the better side, I would say, somewhat in the first half an hour of the game. Yes, Ronaldo. Goes long towards the left. David Singh is there. Oh, brilliantly done to get the better of Pritham, who recovers quick as well. There is so much of little individual battles going on, quality, and that is making this game more entertaining. And here's Isak Nuhu he has seen an option out far. He wants the goal himself. A bit selfish, which you sometimes agree with strikers being so. That could have been a better opportunity if he went for the pass.
Yes, absolutely. But even if he had to go for that individual shot, I don't think that angle was really favoring him, because he had a couple of defenders crowding him, clamping him down. When that space is being occupied with a couple of defenders, now you being a burly player, you being a player of a decent physical stature, I reckon you possibly should have. That was that incredible work there. That final touch wasn't that good. Once again, we have been talking extensively about those final touches. I think both the teams have done a lot of things right until coming in that final third. But then when it comes to converting chances, when it comes to creating magic in the box, I think both the teams, they have lacked. And this time Deepak, once again, kind of isolated from his team there, was up against not one but two defenders. And the result, a throw-in in favor of TRAU FC.
Gyan Moyon, he wants his team to get the score sheet tilting in their favor. Chance for TRAU though. Preetham does excellent. Just missing there, Suranjit. But they still have the ball. Sunil delivers with his left. Missed by Suranjit, and Neroca will clear. Clever from Darius and Kolipali, or rather Chroma and Kolipali there. And now Kolipali. He has shown glimpses of that spark racing forward. Darius looking for a similar idea to cut in, which was read by TRAU, who are back in defense in numbers. And now Rohit. An attempt from distance, wayward really from Ronaldo.
I would say that this move had possibly written communication gap all over. If anybody wants to know what is communication gap, this is communication gap. There was no communication, there was no interaction between the players, and I think there was a massive void out there in the left wing. So if Neroca could have pressed out there, could have upped the numbers out on that flank, I think it could have been a golden chance for them. However, they were not aware of the fact that there was a void. And I think the players weren't talking amongst themselves. In football, it is critical that you start talking amongst yourselves, because that is when you know that you're doing the things right. That is a brilliant interception there. Vidyananda Singh denied an entry into the opposition half, and denied with pretty much ruthless force.
"33 minutes played here at the SSA Stadium. Still no goals, nothing to separate between the two sides. But the midfield battle, that has clearly been won by Neroca. And would love to see more of Vidyananda, Suranjit and Jakanov combining. Suranjit has still been at the end of things often, but Jakanov and Vidyananda, they need to step up and take control, which is difficult. But the way Neroca have been finishing rather, which hasn't been clinical, who knows if TRAU might just sneak in and get the first goal of the game. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But here's Chroma under pressure. Clear foul pulled from behind. That's quickly taken. Tangvarakui looking for options. Has a few. That's a bad pass, I would say.
Both the teams, and I think it isn't just Neroca, I think it's TRAU as well. Every time they've come in the final third, every time they have come close to the D box, they've started imagining things, and they haven't been as concise, as precise they should have been. Alright, Ansumana Chroma, that was offside by light years altogether. No way he was escaping that trap, and in fact he goes with a hand up against the linesman. I don't know what he was thinking. Yeah, he was nowhere close to that final line of defense.
Well, a chance meanwhile straight away for TRAU. Deepak with the first time cross in. Soram Poiri has so much experience. It turned out to be easy for him. And now Nankamba. But recalling to that attack again. Question marks remain. Such a fine player on the ball, Chroma. He needs to make sure his runs are proper. Oh, great defending in that moment, and that's a giveaway almost. And now Danish can race forward.
Talk about a deluge of errors altogether. Both the teams, they were just trying to prove that who can be superlative in terms of errors. One missed pass after the other, one botched up snatch after the other, one giveaway after the other. And I think it just tells you, it just encapsulates the tale of the points table that these two teams have knitted so far. There is a reason why they are still ailing at the rock bottom. There's a reason why points have been very hard to come by. But again, you know, if you see at the history of these two teams, both the teams, they've had promising past. They've had a promising past. I think the time at the moment is just not right for them. However, I think it has to be their coaches will have to tell them that it's okay, whatever has happened has happened. You just cannot latch on to the past. You have to start believing in yourselves. You have to start pulling off those incredible moves that you have up your sleeves. Like the way Neroca, they have upped their game in the last couple of matches. I think, as you pointed out, Bash, where they have been a bit too late, a bit too much, like too late rather. However, I think in football, if it's at one particular match that you target, if it's at one particular match that gives you momentum, you start building upon that. That is very critical, that is very crucial. And I think both these teams, they have lacked momentum, they have lacked clarity, and they have lacked communication.
Well, that is something which happens with the problems in the background which these two teams have faced coming into this season. No proper training, no proper pre-season. There's a chance meanwhile headed out, and a lot of difficulties really, for to be fair to these two sides. But then they have been together for a while now, and that gives a point that by now should have at least worked a little more. But they've got goals lately, not too many. 22 for both sides, almost neck to neck. It just says the background story for both the teams have been same, and that is why the results have been almost same. 22 goals scored by both these sides. TRAU have conceded 52 and Neroca have conceded 53, and that one goal difference has given 3 points more to TRAU. 3 wins, and Neroca have got 2 wins and will be looking to make it 3 to very much in the balance this story. A good steal by Vidyananda.
You know, truth be told, I think both these teams, they are incredibly talented. It's just that the season was not going in their favor, and I think they need a bit more of pep talk, that's all. But if you talk about talents, I think they are incredibly rife with talents, the likes of Vidyananda, the likes of Suranjit Singh. They're very talented players, and they have this knack of showcasing those fancy footballing skills, laced with belief and laced with incredible work rate as well. You know, whenever we talk about the team hailing from the hills and mountains, I think they always come up with an incredible work rate. That's a lovely ball from the left. Goal scoring chance, but a crucial intervention there from David Simbo, denying TRAU FC what could have been first blood on a dampened evening.
And that was held by Isak Nuhu on the way. And we'll see if there was a corner. There was a touch from David Simbo, I believe, as well. Initially, the ref did not give a corner. Maybe the decision was changed later. Indeed, reversed his decision. It is a corner, rightly given. And TRAU, and now suddenly looking better. Isak Nuhu was a bit selfish a while ago, and right now the most unselfish player on the pitch, passing it around, helping his team create those opportunities. And Jakonov will take the corner.
Floated into the mix and punched away by the goalkeeper of Neroca FC. TRAU all the way back amongst themselves, playing those grounders there, just trying to focus on creating something. Suranjit plays it all the way back to Danish. Back to Manjeet. Vidyananda. Vidyananda sends it further forward, and the flag's gone up. I reckon it was a very close call, 50-50. But then again, you have to be careful. Deepak Singh, I think he's been someone to watch out for throughout the I-League and even in today's game as well. Came very close to scoring. Unfortunately, couldn't convert that one, almost point-blank range, and it went begging.
Well, of course, Both Deepak and Danish, they've been very promising throughout the season, irrespective of the results, which haven't really gone in their favor. Vidyananda playing it out to the right. Isak Nuhu felt a nudge from behind. David Simbo is not sure what exactly happened, but that'll be a free kick.
Tackles like these, I think, given the fact that these two teams hasn't exactly hit the jackpot in terms of the kind of skills they possess, the kind of flair they bring to the game, I think it's bound to turn a bit more physical. And David Simbo, he's been pretty imposing, to be honest. This can be a lovely run here for TRAU FC. However, once again, they have been out-muscled. But then Neroca FC, what do? Despite winning the ball, they start once again trysting with Lady Luck, and it was not going to be in their favor. A throw in here in favor of Neroca, taken quickly. A bit of a push from behind, and Tangwa Ragui plays it all the way back to Koulibaly. Koulibaly to Ronaldo. Ronaldo to Tangwa. Tangwa to Koulibaly once again. Sends it a bit more forward. Pearwood on the ball. Pearwood sends it further left. Short passes now being played amongst themselves, and that is how they are trying to build from the back.
Good spell of possession there. And now Koulibaly has found some space. He was looking for Kroma, and no movement from him, just waiting there for the ball to come. Somewhat not in his best game today. Almost stolen back by Neroca and by Danish Sharibam. You were talking about Danish and Deepak a while ago. They have combined together to give 15 goals and assists of the 22 that TRAU have got, which is massive. 5 goals and 2 assists for Danish, and 2 goals and 6 assists for Deepak.
I think they've been very, very promising. And more importantly, what they have done is, when teams hail from the hills or the mountains, there's one particular adage that gets pinned onto them, and that is they are teams that comes with oxygen cylinders on their back, the kind of workload that they take. And I think Deepak has been a personification of the same. Neroca FC now trying to find a way into the mix, and that has been denied by Vidyananda Singh. Look at how Tangwa Ragui almost fearlessly clattering into Vidyananda Singh. That's the kind of commitment that he comes into the game with, and the kind of talent as well. We've seen that against Mohammedan Sporting as well. An incredible shot, kind of a scorched earth enterprise there. Here comes the cross. However, Ronaldo stands tall there. Not your striking sensation that has taken the world by storm in his years, but another rising sensation. And now from the left, Neroca FC sensing something, looking for a bit of space. That's a lovely setup. Could have been an incredible chance, and somehow it goes begging. It was Nongamba Singh. Brilliant opportunity. Fails to convert.
And left his scoring boots home this season, I believe, has been such a wonderful performer the last year. And Kroma, for the first time, comes into life, and that's what he can do. Create that opportunity, spots the run of Nongamba, free run. Needed better marking from TRAU, but that should have been at least on target. Test the keeper. Could have been the first goal. And here's Jakunov. Sorry to cut you off there, but TRAU, they're facing so much of the heat, but just because the conversion hasn't been there from Neroca, they haven't yet conceded.
That's another good block from David Simbo. And now Neroca. Well, despite starting the game on a slightly shaky note, I reckon Neroca is a lot more confident at the moment. They have understood the assignment. Here comes another cross, but that won't be beating Aryan there. He's standing tall and firm under the sticks. Continues to play a critical role for TRAU FC. Once again, it was Darius Spurwood with that shot, but the angle, I think Darius Spurwood, he's not really getting the angle in his favor, or the kind of power that he will like to have behind the ball. That's always going low because the angle is turning into a bit difficult for him. There's a chance being attempted, a long cross. A couple of minutes have been added on, not too many stoppages, and as a result, the referee and the officials have decided 120 seconds is more than enough to be extended.
Not too many stoppages either, justifies that. And yes, Manjeet is taken up in yellow early on. That's sloppy, very sloppy from Sunil. And Neroca will look to strike in the last 2 minutes. That'll just help their attacks. So Bidyananda again very sharp in defending, and a long ball forward towards Isaac, who was offside.
Yeah, I reckon he just overshot himself by whiskers there. He looked good. He was in position, possibly if he could have timed that run. Well, this will tell us. And I think he ran a bit too quickly before the ball was released, and as a result, the flag went up. But then again, that is what Vidyananda Singh is capable of. And yes, the fact that he plays that holding midfielder, I think that tells you volumes about how good he is and how he can completely be dominant. Oh, that's a poor giveaway. That's almost a gift on a platter, and a gift wasted. They had so much time in the world. They could have, it was Jakanov who could have possibly taken a couple of more steps towards the goal before unloading that effort. Look at how cheaply that was given away. No concentration whatsoever. Rohit Mitay, a very low percentage effort, and the result right in front of you.
Rare blemish. And now Neroca will try to move forward. Maybe one last attack before half time. Back with Neroca with Darius Perwood. David combining. Oh, that is rough and clumsy. He'll be lucky if he avoids a booking there. But it was kind of a lash out after that throw in, not given in his favor. This comes in straight away, takes off Darius, but this free kick just before the break will give Neroca a chance.
Kind of a springboarding opportunity. I won't say that you can convert from that range unless it's one of those crazy antics that Roberto Carlos and Ronaldinho used to pull off. However, they can launch it into the box, and Aryan had his eyes on the ball there. He has been stellar under the sticks, and that's a lovely bit of false play. This is a brilliant ball onto the far right. Can TRAU capitalize? They've kept the ball in all right. Deepak Singh, he's looking for support. Suranjit is close by. Here comes the cross. Goal scoring chance. Somehow it stays out, and Neroca survives. In the last game, it was the woodwork that opposed their resilience. Today, it was the woodwork that comes to their deliverance.
At the end of the first half,
Well, sums up the luck for the entire season of TRAU FC. That's how it has been for them, and as well as Neroca escape. And Isaac Nuhu just saw his chance there. But what a fine move from Suranjit and Deepak Singh combining suddenly. But at halftime, it is all square, and the focus on the right people who have provided for TRAU FC. But David Simbo has stood in the way. He is not happy with that chance.
That's the stats for you, for people who loves numbers. 8 shots for Neroca and 4 of them on target. 6 shots for TRAU, 1 of them on target. 48% ball possession for Neroca, 52 for TRAU. And then 4 fouls for Neroca, 6 for TRAU. When it comes to yellow cards, there has been a booking which was handed over to Manjeet. What a crescendo of a finish would that have been to that first half. Talking about shots there, that's Neroca's tally, 8 of them. Nongamba with a couple of them, Snotton with a couple of them, Koulibaly had 1 as well, David had 1, Ansumana Kroma had 1, and Ronaldo tried his luck from distance, wasn't really successful.
Well, and the shots from TRAU, Bidyananda and Danish, everyone trying their luck. Deepak as well, Jakanov Suranjit and Isak Nuhu with their last attempt, which could have so nearly been 1-0 off the crossbar. We'll have a look in the highlights of the first half soon. But before that, we'll also have a look at the foul charts across the park. 4 fouls from Neroca, Kolibali, Nongamba, Rakesh and David Simbo with 1 each. That last one was somewhat unnecessary. But apart from that, they've done well to stop the TRAU attacks. And so have TRAU done enough. Petyananda, Deepak Chakhanov, Manjit, Isak Nuhu as well once on that forward position trying to win the ball, and Suranjit.
This has been a half that has had its own shares of brilliance, that has had its own shares of crest and troughs. Not exactly a very feisty, a very fiery half of football, one can say, but certainly an entertaining one. Both the sides coming close to scoring, and this is how it went. The two teams walked out to the center with intent on their mind, with a lot of hunger to score. Unfortunately, that implacable hunger still remains burning bright in their bellies. The two coaches had a very close tab on the game. That was the first good cross. This was a golden opportunity. TRAU could have buried the game, could have buried the ball into the back of the net then and there. And then Ansumana Kroma came up with a very emasculated effort. Now that was a poor foul. That was their only yellow card that was shown so far.
Could have somewhat had a hat-trick by now, Kroma, had it been in the right positions. But Danish with this chance, a block made, and then Darius trying to cut in and find a curler. Was more of a straight attempt to the hands of the keeper. Sunil and Danish kept attacking from the right. Suranjit won a corner. But then Kroma with his brilliant little pass through the entire defense, and Nongamba should have done better.
This was another brilliant opportunity, but couldn't keep it down. And that has to be the highlight of that first half. Look at that cross from Deepak Singh. And then that should have been buried 6 feet under. But then Isak Sedu hitting the woodwork. As things came to a close at half time, it's 0-0. We're all set for the second half of what has so far been a pretty even Stevens, but then, truth be told, a lackluster contest. Neroca FC and Tirim Road Athletic Union, as they call it, the Imphal Derby. It is still to see the first goal of the evening. Well, both the teams have come pretty close, but then TRAU came extremely close in the dying embers of the first half as they went on to hit the crossbar. But then, as they say, till the time the ball's not crossing the line, no matter how good you have been, how dominant you have been, how much of the numbers have been in your favor, none of it would count. And I reckon possibly my co-commentator Bhashwar will also be echoing my sentiment. What do you think, Bhashwar? Where do this or where is this game heading from here on?
Either goals flying in numbers or a similar KG encounter. A KG in terms of the scoreline being very tight, but the gameplay has been open. I'm not sure if there has been any changes. Probably not. They do not have too much on bench, but straight away into attack is Neroca. And they might just manage to get onto it. Nongamba does. Sunil needed to do better. And Neroca will have a throw-in. Again, a sharp start similar to the first half. Starting on a high, but have they got their scoring boots from the dressing room in this half? We'll find out as the Imphal Derby resumes for 45 more minutes.
Nicely chested down there, trying to figure out a way. That's a good ball into the mix, but then not exactly categorical enough. Talking about the players on the field, as we said, there haven't been any changes. Both the teams have come forward with pretty identical lineups with the ones that they started. Now trying to figure out a way forward from the left there. Small short passes, Aryan, the man under the sticks there for TRAU FC, Sunil, Manjeet, Clinton and Pritam manning their defense. Danish Vidyananda, Suranjit, Jakonov and Deepak in the midfield, and Seidu Nuhu, the man who went on to rattle the woodwork in this dying embers of the first half. He's also there leading their charge. Who finds the first goal? That will remain the question. But the more important question, the more pressing matter at hand is, do we see a much more free-flowing brand of football? Because in the first half, there have been quite a few errors from both the sides. Crossing opportunity, however, that has been dealt away for a throw-in in favor of TRAU FC.
Well, and for that to happen, I'm sure, and the coach had a word with Chroma, who needed to be involved more. But that's a surprising substitution. Darius is taken off, and in comes Aniket Pachal. If stats are concerned, it is not surprising. But if the way the game is going on is concerned, it is surprising. But an ambitious attempt to find a pass straight away from Aniket. And a handball given against Kolipali, I believe. But getting back to the substitution, given that it's just the start of the second half, and you take off Darius. I'm not sure if he had some injury concerns, but it has to be strategical. And also adding on a point that Aniket Pachal has scored 3 goals this season for Neroca.
You know, if you assess the overall quality of the match so far in favor of Neroca FC, I think Darius, he did good on occasions, yes, but then somebody of his caliber, when he's taking the field, your coach would obviously be expecting a lot more from you. More commitment, more precision on the passes maybe, because that is exactly what he was doing. Yeah? He was deployed more as a midfielder, as a provider, but then sadly he was not able to knit those passes on a more consistent basis, and as a result I reckon this move was being affected.
Well, indeed, just when you were talking, I just got an answer to my own question by that time. As you mentioned, Darius was more deployed as a midfielder. Not exactly a midfielder, a second striker is what the team sheet was showing, but he was dropping into that midfield. But that's not his natural role. Likes to play down the wings, Darius. But because they have Nongamba and David down the wings, who are doing pretty well a job so far, they brought Aniket in to strengthen that midfield. And now Chroma will be the lone man up front, which will in one way give advantage to Chroma playing freely. That's how he likes to play. And along with that, strengthen the midfield, which is very important. Now Kohli Bali will slot in that defensive role, and Tangva Rukui can play the free role along with Aniket, a proper central midfielder.
Now with Chroma released as the sole striker, I think if Neroca FC is able to create those chances, if they're able to get in those crosses into the mix, I think that makes life slightly easier for Chroma. And the goal scoring chances, the goal scoring probabilities also kind of rises. I won't say that skyrockets, but yeah, of course, Neroca FC will have a better chance to score, because if you hand over the possession to Chroma, if you hand over an opportunity to Chroma in the opposition half, and that too close to that, close to the scoring box, I think he's a lot more deadly, he's a lot more menacing. And TRAU now will have to be slightly careful. So that's a strategic maneuver that kind of shakes up the entire formation that Neroca started off with. David Simbo, he's being absolutely brilliant, has been the captain of the side, and ever since he's donned the captain's armband, he's been producing some decent defensive display.
Been doing that since the last season itself, but Can Moyon has spotted the problems and have made a few changes already. Kolipali, little flick over to Tangva, brilliant control and excellent pass as well. It's a short pass, but you have to understand the position and condition under which he's doing so. Aniket brought down. Anyway, lost possession, fairly says the ref. And Neroca have it back. Tangva just runs to the direction so well every time, and across from Rohit towards Chroma. Aryan didn't get a touch as well. Neither did David on the far post.
I was kind of surprised there. Rohit Mitay, he got it absolutely right there. It eluded the goalkeeper. And I reckon David Singh, he wasn't exactly ready for that chance. Could have extended that left foot of his, could have possibly tried his luck. Maybe if he could have got a touch and the ball possibly could have taken a deflection, the outcome could have been different. And these are the small things that happens. These are the small things that can change the outcome of the game. You never know. Back again.
Well, Neroca trying to create an attack there, as they have been doing for majority of this game. Rohit Mitay again. Oh, lovely little pass. Tangva finds Chroma, who is once again offside. Everyone doing well to feed the ball through to him. For the third time, I believe now. He stayed offside.
Yeah, once again, just couldn't really time his run. But I think, again, even if that wouldn't have been offside, he made it too difficult for himself. He was going on the outside, trying to create that angle for himself. But then as soon as you go further acute, you're just making life a lot more difficult. And someone of Chroma's stature needs to understand this fast enough. It's a nice ball on the ground, wonderfully set up. Controls that Chroma has dropped a lot deeper. That's a desperate attempt there by Koulibaly to surge forward. But the TRAU, equally vigilant, doesn't allow their opposition to really ramp forward. Here's a chance though. Neroca Koulibaly slightly cumbersome. There comes the cross. Could have been a goal scoring chance. Flashing in front of that gaping goal there. And somehow it still remains out.
But that's a cheap giveaway by Jakunov, creating that opportunity. Good run from Koulibaly. Kroma just needed a touch. He's just sensing there's a goal somewhere. Koulibaly with a cross in. And there was Kroma right in the mix.
And now TRAU coming in from the left, an opportunity for them to try and probe the Orange Brigade. It has been a while since TRAU has actually made headways into the opposition half. The second half hasn't really started off in their favor. Here's an opportunity. That's a lovely setup. A chance for them to try and keep it under control. But David Simbo, this rivalry between Simbo and Sedu has been absolutely sensational. There's a substitution in the making. It looks like it is going to be Rohit Singh who will be coming on for TRAU FC. And the man who will be making way is Vidyananda Singh. Now that's a surprise substitution, I would say, because well, the second half may not have started exactly in the favor of Vidyananda Singh, but in the first half he was pretty active, so possibly a few more minutes could have been given to him. You can call this a gamble, but then knowing Rohit's capabilities as well, he's a very fast midfielder, has got some decent speed up his boots. Let's see if this can create an impact.
That's what Nandakumar Singh will be thinking of. But I can see 3 Rohits in the picture right now. Chester down and Jakunov. His missed pass created that opportunity a while ago for Neroca. But Rohit with his first contribution. Rohit Singh, of course. Rohit Mete is playing as the right full back of Neroca. A risky back pass. Kroma will be there to chase it down. It's always a task against him, and the team press from Neroca.
Substitution for TRAU FC.
Well done eventually. And now
Jersey number
Jakunov
37, Vidyananda
will look
Singh,
to run forward.
has been replaced by jersey number 14,
Great intervention
Rohit
by
Singh.
Rakesh, and Preetham steps in too.
Throw in favor of Neroca FC there. Rakesh will take his time. Quickly mapping the number of options that he has there. A bit of a push, a bit of a tug there, but eventually David Singh has been dispossessed. And now TRAU FC with the possession at their feet. Once again, not exactly a free-flowing game that we would usually expect from these two sides. The season itself has been a start-stop season for both the teams. They've tried to find their stride, they've tried to find their momentum, yet it has somehow eluded both the sides. However, you never know. The kind of talent that these two teams have, they can light up at any point in time. That's an excellent run there. Trying to find a cross, however, has been denied. Danish Aribam, this is how good he can be.
And on the way was Ronaldo Nongthombam. And look at that piece of skill from Danish to run past Rohit. And then Ronaldo sliding in. Had to time it to perfection. It was inside the box, and a second or third corner for TRAU, I believe.
An opportunity. Here comes floating in. However, has been punched away. Danger still lingers on. Deepak Singh on the ball. Does well enough. The possession still stays alive at the feet of TRAU FC. Another long ball headed away to safety. Possession still remains in favor of the Red Pythons. Sends it further into the box. Opportunity knocking on the doors now. TRAU suddenly coming back to life. Here comes another cross from Deepak. And that's another long ranger, but that it was certainly not on target. An opportunity for Jakunov to try and test the goalkeeper. However, he needed a lot more precision, a lot more accuracy in terms of that shot.
Well, of course, and the power as well. easily seen off by Soram Poire. So much experience. We saw Jackson Singh in the last match against Mohammedan, who was very promising, even though he conceded the 2 goals, but he looked like a very promising young keeper. Soram Poire brings the experience under his belt. Aniket with the turn, delicately turn, and now Tangvaragui has been allowed space. Not a one who gives up into those temptations. Good combination play from the left. Brilliant idea. Kroma was waiting, but just behind him, and another chance here for Neroca. They continue moving forward. Kolibali with the first time shot, and Aryan made sure his positioning was perfect.
I would say that was a gunner of a left foot there from Koulibaly. Look at that shot. He took it with the knuckle of his boots there and almost ended up testing Aryan there. Neroca FC growing in stature, growing in confidence with every passing second.
Well, but have to praise the work from David Singh and Nonkamba on the right. Here comes Nonkamba.
Another opportunity in the box already, looking for a bit more support there. Kind of felt stranded, allowed TRAU FC to regain possession. And that was very cheekily done, but well done. Once again, back with TRAU. TRAU just trying to slow down the tempo there. Trying to possibly leave Neroca slightly unsettled. You know, when you change, when you switch the tempo of the game and your opposition likes to play it fast enough, I think it starts asking a few questions. It throws your opposition in a bit of doldrums. Slowly and steadily, one step at a time. And that's another giveaway. Chance for Neroca to build forward.
Kroma goes towards Nonkamba. The 2 wings have been doing well for both the teams. And here's Tangvaragui. So comfortable on the ball. The technique and the control is top to watch. And Rohit has been delivering those crosses time and again. But Kroma seems like a frustrated man there. Nanda Kumar Singh will also be looking for options, because he knows with the deliveries such, anytime Kroma can just step up and score against TRAU.
Someone of Kroma's excellence, of course, he would be expecting goals for himself. But then when things like these happen, when you don't get goals, and it's not that he's played bad. That's a lovely long ball, a bit of SOS call there. Chance for TRAU FC, however, a bit of an acute angle, I would say. Good defending there from Neroca FC, and it was an opportunity. Kind of an angry Poire Soram Mete there. Look at how kind of a tussle. Well done there by Rakesh Mete to keep the opposition at bay.
Well, he was not happy with David Simbo's tracking back, very slow against Isaac Nuhu. That's why he put question marks. But a brilliant ball from Pritham Soraisum. And here's David Singh. And now Aniket has seen the run of Kroma, but not enough quality on it. But still will find Ansumana Kroma driving inside the box. Good tackle eventually. He has silently been one sharp performer, Pritham Singh.
Absolutely, I think his vigilance is something that really deserves a praise. The way he's aware of his surroundings, I think in football that is very, very important. Particularly in the opposition half, in the danger third. This can be a shooting opportunity, a nice spot there. Somehow or the other, David Simbo kind of remained. Was it David Simbo? It looked like it was Kroma who couldn't give the run there. Yes, it was Ansumana Kroma. He was clamped down by a couple of defenders scissoring in. But Koulibaly, in the second half, he's been absolutely brilliant. He's taking a lot more workload on himself, and he's done some ripples altogether. This is a corner, an opportunity for Neroca FC to try and surge ahead.
Well, but Manjeet has hurt himself in the process of clearing that. There are a few numbers on the stands, which is something very natural when you have a game at the SSA Stadium in Shillong. They love their football so much. And this was one rare time when we saw in today's game Kroma just stepping back to maintain his line on side. Nanda Kumar Singh still thinking of what can be a possible option to bring on. They have Sheetal on the bench along with Robinson Singh, who has been another provider. 3 goals and 3 assists for him. And he's been very sharp. He's got a good header on him too. But right now, Nankamba with the corner. His target will be Kroma, but punched out by Aryan. And now Tangvarakui from the right.
And now Neroca. I reckon what was the point of so many step overs when eventually you would just practice hitting it into the feet of your opposition. Nonetheless, again, it wasn't easy to get past. It's a throw-in at the moment for Rohit Matei, and it looks like it's going to be a long throw, trying to turn it into a set piece if possible. Keeping close eye on what can be and what can or what could have been. Taking their time, not really rushing through. Koulibaly, he has been absolutely brilliant. I reckon there's a bit of stoppage out there. Must be something going on in the box. At this time, I think we are all set. Here comes the throw-in. Opportunity once again. Pretty scrappy, to be honest, by both the sides. And now TRAU has a chance to break. Can they take that? There comes a long ball. However, that's a bit too long. In fact, that was kind of cheeky as well. Could have been anticlimactic if Sora Mitei would not have made it back in time.
Well, he did, but he was more of looking for the cross to the right wing, but there was some space opening up, totally miscued in the counter. But again, that throw-in from Rohit Matei, that makes me think if that was intentional, how he won the throw-in at that position. And again, a missed pass. No way through at the moment for either of these teams, but Kroma dropping deep. That is a positive sign. There's where his natural game comes out. Tangvarakui towards Rohit, who has seen a forward pass. Intervened.
Throw in favor of Neroca FC. Another change coming in. Looks like Gurmeet Singh will be introduced into the mix. And Ronaldo, he's had a decent game. He will be taken off. So a like-for-like substitution, a defender for a defender substitution. I reckon Ronaldo has been pretty decent today. He's stepped up as well, and he's at times he's gone on overlaps.
Neroca FC.
But then Gurmeet, he brings experience to the mix. Has been a part of
Jersey number 28.
quite a few outfits. Would like to show why he has been brought on.
Well, Ronaldo indeed had a very decent game, and that is why the pause in the game, it was Manjeet who went into that slide to clear the ball away and hurt himself in the process. And now TRAU will have some headache as well, and they have a change ready immediately. Maybe Thomas Singh coming on, we'll find out soon. But an attack for Neroca.
There's an opportunity again for them to build from the back. That's a nice chip into the box there. Was trying to track whoever was available. Kroma was certainly not there. It was slightly far away from the drop location, is what we call it. That's a nice through ball. It's a long chase, however. It never really looked like he can make it. There was a fine run from David Singh. But then in order to create something brilliant, in order to create something categorical, I think he needed to run faster. Thomas has been introduced into the mix here.
And the problem is, he's the only defender on that TRAU bench, and that is why he's been brought on. He plays more on the flanks than in a central position. So I wonder if it'll be someone else just slotting in the centre-back position. Or maybe Sunil will slot in that centre-back position while Thomas stays wide. Not yet the case. We'll get to see soon. That's done sweetly. And now Deepak, after a long while, with a run forward.
And now Neroca once again on the prowl, and as you were talking about how these substitutions with both the teams kind of running out of options, to be honest. They don't really have a very colourful bench. They don't really have a very deep bench strength. So when the substitutions will come into play, a lot will change. The kind of strategy that both the teams have resorted to, there will be chinks in that. Now the question is whether the chinks are going to be just chinks, or can the opposition kind of force themselves onto it and pry open an accentuating crevasse. Here's another long ball switched on to the right. Preetham keeps it in control. That was a decent attempt to try and snatch the ball midway. If the snatch would have happened, then possibly the danger signs could have been flashing in front of TRAU FC. However, cool and calm defending there allowed them to stave away an ingression from Neroca.
Rakesh Mete not finding a pass forward, forced to play it behind. Good exchanges. And now Aniket Chroma, space opening up for Neroca. Turned the wrong way probably, and a free kick. Well, and if you look at the last 5 meetings of these two teams in the I-League, it has been 3 wins for Neroca in the Imphal derby, while 1 win for TRAU and a draw. Here's a chance from distance, not a bad attempt off the crossbar it is. And now Tangvarakui on the bounce, this time comfortable for Aryan. 10th shot from Neroca.
What a sensational strike that would have been if it would have found the back of the net. Well placed, well powered, and the goalkeeper, he was certainly foxed. But then, as destiny would have it, the crossbar remaining between the goalkeeper and the goal line. That's the second time in the day that the crossbar has averted a team from scoring. A quick look at the replay. That was an excellent bit of work there. But the shot came flying in. And this is live action, apparently. Tangvaragoi. Neroca now coming closer and closer, making way for themselves. And I think a bit more selfish play there could have done the trick. Aniket Panchal could have gone for the shot himself instead of laying it off into the stride. However, again, these are small moments, yet it can create an ocean of difference there. And now TRAU has a chance. Can they hit Neroca on the counter? However, it looks like it's a very alright delivery. You need better than that in order to capitalize a counter attack.
Sloppy from the midfield there. It was Kolibali, I believe, just giving away possession cheaply, and a foul as well meanwhile. And the physio will be needed to call upon. Nangamba down on the ground. Well, very much in the balance still, 0-0. But I was talking about the last 5 meetings where Neroca won 3 and TRAU won only 1. And the last season when TRAU won the game, they won it 2-1. And the only goal for Neroca, it was scored by Tangvarakui, who is the only one player from that, or rather only one goal scorer in those meetings who is present on pitch right now.
Deepak to Jakanov there. That's a nice setup. They're coming closer, very close in fact. However, Isak Seidu fails to really create something magical there. Here comes another long cross. David Simbo says, that's mine. And yes, you were talking about Tangvaragui. He's proven to be a rising talent. He's proven to be an absolute sensation in the echelons of Neroca FC. And seasons like these where the wheels haven't exactly rolled in your favor, I think you have to look at the positives. And when we talk about the positives, Tangwa Ragui has been an absolute revelation altogether. Koulibaly now sets up Aniket Pachal. Tangwa Ragui on the ball. A nice delicate chip there. Sets up Ansumana Kroma. And Kroma with a back flick. However, Aniket Pachal, he was nowhere close enough to the ball. And that is a poor concession there. Allows TRAU to get hold of proceedings. And guess what? TRAU FC repays the favour. Plays another miss pass. And gives it back. Gives the possession back to Neroca.
Poor final third work again from Neroca. Here's David. The initial work has been special. Wins the corner. David Nongkambat Tangwa every time just creating those opportunities. And another corner for Neroca. They're taking their time. Not sure if they'll be happy with the point in the Imphal derby. Along with that, point doesn't help their cause much.
An opportunity here for the Orange Brigade. As per the papers, this is their home game. Can they log 3 points from this? Can they clinch the Imphal derby? There'll be a bit of weight there. It looks like the referee says you have to drag the ball slightly back. And very unwillingly there, Rohit Mitay says, okay, I'll oblige. But nonetheless, a chance here for Neroca. A chance for them to possibly try and sneak that goal that can get them ahead, get their noses ahead. There comes the header. However, that has been dragged by David Simbo. It looks like the captain has decided, I will only have to do it myself. Whether it comes to defending, whether it comes to scoring. That was a nice thumping one. But again, he missed his mark there. And eventually a goal kick now in favour of TRAU.
TRAU haven't created too many opportunities comparing to the Neroca chances, but the ones they have created have been very dangerous. And a while ago, Neroca struck the post as well, which was again the same side of the pitch where TRAU struck at the ending stages of the first half. Deepak dropping very deep to get onto that one, and now Preetham has seen the long passes very well. And this time not getting options. Eventually had seen Isak, who is very interested in getting that. Might be a quick break for Neroca. David Singh, he has Tangwa and Kroma in support. Finds Kroma. Can he turn? Too many white shirts. Aniket lines up a shot and missed the target. Should have done better.
And at the moment, TRAU FC, they are living dangerously. They are barely dangling by the skin of their teeth there. Neroca, as I said earlier, in fact, as we have discussed as well, they are looking a lot more menacing. Again, a very poor first touch. Could have done miles better than that. However, the possession has been conceded. Here comes TRAU FC once again. A possible shot in the making, but David Simbo takes one on his hips and says, what? Let's see who can go on the counter. Ansumana Kroma does well. A bit of a yank from the back. Will get a free kick there for his team. And the fact that I reckon it was Zakhanov there. Yes, it was Zakhanov. The fact that he startled that why did the referee blow the whistle? I myself am very flummoxed at that. That clearly looked like a yank from the back. But nonetheless, again, these are part and parcel of the game. But a very crucial position to have a free kick from.
Well, I have a different take on that. Kroma was probably wanting a card there for the second time. Zakhanov has gone to him. There's a little battle going on between the two. A friendly one, but interesting. Rakesh Mitay with his left delivers. But the defense alert. And now Suranjit launching it forward. Less of accuracy, more of hope on that pass forward.
Neroca on the prowl once again. Koulibaly taking his time there to release the ball. Kroma wanted to set up Koulibaly. Can he go for that cross? Here comes the cross opportunity. A lovely side volley there. What a brilliant finish from Koulibaly, is it? In fact, it's Chroma. Apologies. It was coming. It felt inevitable. And that is why we say you cannot allow an inch to Ansumana Chroma. He is a predator and he will pounce on every single opportunity that comes his way. Sensational strike there to go ahead.
Well, Koulibaly with the cross in, a blindsided one. All he had in his mind was deliver in the danger zone. And that is why Ansumana Chroma has been trusted with responsibility of donning that number 9 position, wearing the number 7, of course. And what I mean is the striking responsibilities, and he has repaid faith. And Chroma opens scoring late in the derby. And derby goals are always special for the fans. But now Jakanov, he would have wished that he didn't pull Chroma back out there. That just charged him up almost as if pulling the strings together. Not in a literal way, of course. But what a finish from Ansumana Chroma.
Scoring goals in derbies, Ansumana Chroma has got a bit of experience about that. Whether it's the Imphal derby or the Kolkata derby, he loves to score in big matches. And look at how cool and composed he was and how incredibly precise he was. That's another lovely ball there. However, TRAU FC a lot more alert this time. And you know, as they say, that one moment of madness and all your hard work, all your diligence and perseverance, your commitment, that can literally be nullified. And I reckon if TRAU FC is unable to find that equalizer here, I think it's that one moment of madness that will possibly change the game. That is how cruel the game of football can be. Like the way it can be beautiful, like the way it can impact lives, similarly, it can snatch away your sheer joy from your very jaws.
Well, and to do that, they will bring on a change. Oh, that is not really a great sign. Frustration, to sum it up, from Jakanov, who is walking off as well because a substitution has been made, and a much needed one. Robinson Singh replaces Jakanov. Watch out for this lad. He's got a very sharp finish on him. A sniper. And Jakanov is not at all happy, frustrated. Conceded the goal as well, gives away the free kick, his last contribution. But Isak Nuhu was falling a bit lonely up front. And now maybe Robinson can combine. Here he is, straight away, unleashes a shot. And what an impact it could have been from the bench. But Soram Poire was having his eyes on the ball.
I think now there's a stark difference between the two teams that's happening. Is if you take a look at Neroca FC's attacks, they are committing numbers up front. So when a rebound is falling off, they have at least 2 to 3 players trying to press the opposition, try to snatch it away. But again, for TRAU FC, they are a lot more half-hearted in terms of their attacks now. They are focusing more on the defense, and when that is happening, they are lacking numbers up front. So as a result, whatever fringe chances as well that are spilling out for from Neroca FC's grasp, I think there's no one for TRAU to try and capitalize on them. And as a result, the game, I would rather say, is being called by Neroca at the moment.
Not much questions about that. But a free kick taken quickly, and Aniket was more interested in the complaints. But that's just helpful for TRAU. Deepak has been consistently delivering, so has been Danish Aribam, who gets on the ball right now, has seen Suranjit, and now the combination is gradually walking for TRAU. But look at the numbers from Neroca. They now have the lead. They can safely put those numbers in the box. Pritham looking to go wide. And a foul, I believe.
I reckon that should have been unleashed straight away. There was no point of the setup. There was shooting range in front of his eyes. He had to believe in his shooting flair. He had to believe in the power that he can generate from that range. and go for it, possibly try and probe the goalkeeper. But now with that lead there, a very slender lead though, but now with the lead, it goes without a saying that Neroca FC is going to deploy a melee of boots into their own half. So it's not going to be easy. It's like parking a bus is what we call it in the footballing argot. This can be a chance, a wonderful volley. However, that was not on target. Finally, something there that Seydu can be proud of. 13 shots from Neroca, 8 of them from TRAU. I wouldn't say there's much of a difference there, but the difference remains in precision. The difference remains in execution.
Well, not sure if Neroca will add on some more defenders there, because if you spot it or not, Sarif Khan was just warming up, and maybe they'll go defensive right now. Might be a few more attacks before that, and a double will just help their cause if they can take and score one more goal here. It is indeed Sarif Khan who's getting ready on the touchline. We'll confirm it soon, but right now Neroca moving forward.
Throw in for Neroca FC, Rohit Mitay. Look at how he's taking his time there. He's in no rush. Nandakumar Singh, he possibly will be dejected, may even be angry as well. He's tried his best, but the results simply haven't turned up. And now another throw in, a nice block there by Rohit Mitay. Knows how to steal a few crucial seconds in their favor. We have 5 more minutes of regulation time coming in before we head on to that extra time. Bit of physical football there. And it looks like it's another free kick from a very good position here for the Orange Brigade. At the moment, nothing is going right for TRAU FC, and they are adding further woes and misery to their list there.
And there you saw Sarif Khan, but he'll wait for the free kick to be taken, and then later on the substitution will take place. But this is Neroca's moment. If they can make it 2, it'll be a massive upper hand with a few minutes remaining, and will kill the hopes of TRAU FC. The Red Pythons have to defend for their lives, and Neroca looking to do some damage. There's some issues in the box before that. David Simbo having a little clash there, and just a little warning for him. But Rakesh Mitay with the delivery goes towards David Simbo, but again, not great finishing skills. And now maybe we'll see the substitution taking place. Sarif Khan.
Sarif Khan was actually decent enough against the table toppers Mohammedan Sporting. He started the game. Oh, that's a lovely bit of snatch there. Looks like TRAU FC. This has been a comedy of errors altogether, and it continues to be. Both the teams kind of spilling away chances and passes as if there's no tomorrow to make more mistakes. But nonetheless, rallying back from that, once again, Neroca has the possession at their feet. They're bidding their time. They're taking it slow. And here comes another downtown delivery. A desperate attempt by Ansumana Kroma to try and bring it under control. But at times, wild crosses like that, they can only be teamed in your imagination. Here's a lovely chance, though.
Isak Nuhu finds Deepak. Not a position you would like being in. Fantastic work in defending, but given away. And now Deepak, this is his zone. Step over, not working to deceive Rohit. Excellent defensive work, Rakesh rather, on that occasion. Both of them, Rakesh and Rohit, on both flanks in the defensive zones have been so solid. And well, a little wait probably for the substitution being made right now. We'll wait to find out. But a few more minutes of wait for another victory in the Imphal Derby. Or will TRAU make a comeback? It is to see. It is a possibility. And TRAU will try from this throw-in. The substitution confirmed. It is Ansumana Kroma who's been taken off as per the announcement. And here's Sunil from distance. Ambitious! And Suram Poiri with his best coming out to save Neroca.
Sheer experience there from Soram Poire. What a sensational save that was. A shot like that, a pile driver from range, could have created all sorts of trouble, and that eventual corner that has eluded everyone's grasp. It would go out, it would trickle out as a throw-in in favor of Neroca FC there. And as we have 1 more minute remaining in this contest, that's a confirmation. Sarif Khan, he came in, Chroma went off, so that kind of clearly tell you from here on for Neroca FC, it's all about defense, it's all about being defensively solid and eventually clinching the 3 points.
And they've gone with 5 in the back, clearly you can see, and Nongamba being the furthest forward. And here's David, goes as far as possible and might still find an orange shirt. Look at the presence of mind from Sarif Khan, just coming in, hits it on to Sunil to win a throw-in. Intelligent stuff, and they will try to take their time, slow it down, and 5 minutes have been added on. TRAU win it back. They would look to launch a counter.
Here comes TRAU down the central channel. That's a long ball, possibly a bit overpowered, but however it has been kept in play. Is there an opportunity brewing? Deepak Singh sends it further down to Preetham Singh. Preetham sends it into the box. An opportunity, is it? The flag's gone up. That will go down as another chance wasted. That will go down as another one of those modest outings, another one of those modest forays made into the box there. It looks like Soram Poire, he's gone down. He'll need some treatment.
Has a bit of an injury in that elbow, as you can visibly see, but at the same time, he knows when exactly to go down for the treatment. Has been a long server in Indian football, Soram Poire. 5 more minutes, one of which already played, 4 to wait and find out if TRAU have a comeback on the cards. We've seen late goals in the I-League this season. Will we see more of it? And Kian Moyon, have to say that he has managed the game very well as well, with the substitutions when needed. Took off the likes of Darius because he knew he had enough wingers on pitch, added more strength in midfield, which worked. Eventually Kolipali providing the assist, and as soon as they approached 90, shut shop, taken off Chroma, the goal scorer, and made it 5 in defense. Not like a random defender just put in. Proper strategy.
That's what you call game reading there. Must have spotted out that Kolipali, he was a lot more comfortable out there in the midfield instead of just asking him to play that holding midfielder. He was going up pretty nicely. He could provide the support. And Nandakumar Singh somehow, again, I think you have to feel for him. It's not that they played a pretty bad game, but it was in the second half that they went on to fall behind their counterparts. You know, in a match like this, in a league like this, there will be occasions where it is going to be a game of 2 hemispheres, 2 halves, where you possibly won't be at your phenomenal best, but then again, that guard needs to be high up always. You defend yourself, you keep your belly protected, then your head can come knocking on the doors. Another throw-in here in favor of Neroca FC. 3 minutes on the clock, possibly 1 more minute will be added on to the extra 5 minutes, given the fact that Soram Poire was down receiving treatment. However, how much change, how much good will it do for TRAU FC? That remains a question mark.
David Simbo with a solid block, and now Nongamba combining with Tangvarakui. He just takes his time. Look how intelligent. He had options 3 or 4, but takes as many seconds as possible before making that pass because he knows he has plenty of options. So that is a delightful through ball towards Sarif Khan. Didn't have the legs to keep it in, and now he needs to track back quickly.
Now that is what you call pressure, but then it looks like TRAU wanted to play passes amongst themselves, so whatever split second of an advantage they had, they've already conceded, which means Neroca FC can resume their actual style of play unless TRAU FC comes up with something miraculous. That's another long ball into the box, but beating Soram Poiri with deliveries like that, it is never going to happen. As you said, he's been a server of Indian football for an eternity now. He knows the game inside out. He knows when to go down, when to collect, when to waste a few crucial seconds. So also is very much aware of the loopholes of the game as well. But that being said, that comes with experience. That comes with years of being in the circuit and persistent diligence.
But they have to be aware, Neroca, till the very end. There's still chance till the final whistle. Preetham, a giveaway, and now they have to be careful. There's Kolipali racing forward, racing past everyone, but a little heavy that last touch, taking it away. But what a promising character on that midfield. A bit lazy, lanky, and very much casual in approach sometimes, but immense amount of quality and intent under his belt.
I think players like Koulibaly, the kind of workload that they bring into the mix, that's just unimaginable. They're always out there keeping an eye for the ball, always ensures the fact that the roles that have been assigned to them, ensuring the fact that it has been taken care of. And today's game, that's another lovely cross into the mix. Is danger over here? Can be a chance. Well, TRAU FC, they're asking for a corner here. So is Deepak Singh. He's gone ballistic. The referee says, calm down, and an unnecessary yellow card there. Now I reckon Deepak Singh possibly would have done better to understand once the referee has made up his mind, there is not much that can be done.
Well, he was just asking that the assistant referee had seen that it was a corner, but he's not at all happy. Deepak could have been the last chance in the last minute of the game, and he doesn't bother about the yellow card at this point of time. It is a derby, you have to remember. This would have been so heated up this moment with the fans on the stands. We just made it a silent rebel. And Neroca, they are not giving up, they're holding on. Their bench is ready to celebrate their third win of the season finally. And that'll take them to a level on points with TRAU. And that is it. Both teams now have conceded 53 and at the same time are on 10 points with 3 wins each. Sums up the Imphal derby for the season, the first of the season. Another one will come up in a few weeks, or a few days rather, but this one all smiles for the home side, Neroca FC. A slender 1-0 victory.
There are occasions, as we said earlier, that you have to play for pride and not points. This was a battle of pride, and it looks like the last laugh in this occasion will go to Neroca FC. They played a superlative second half. They played with almost unyielding resolve, and the kind of match reading that Gyan Moyon showed under the pump, that was absolutely sensational.
Of course, a story to remember. And the stats at full time here. The possession stats almost neck to neck. 49% possession for Neroca, 51 for TRAU. 13 massive shots from Neroca, of which 6 were on target and 9 from TRAU. 3 were on target. Almost similar on every stat. 4 corners each, 3 offsides for Neroca, 2 for TRAU. But they could have been more goals if the finishing was clinical. But that's the story for this game. Just a goal from these 13 shots of Neroca. Kolibali with 2, Kroma with 2, one of which was converted. Nongamba and David Simbo, along with Darius with 2 attempts each, and Aniket Pachal coming on, got 1 shot to his name too.
Well, talking about shots, Tidham Road Athletic Union had 9 of them as well. Seydou Nuhu had a couple of them. Vidyananda, Danish, Deepak, Jakanov and Robinson tried their luck as well. Had 1 each. Unfortunately, it was not going to be their day. 6 fouls for Neroca FC. A couple of them for Nongamba, a couple of them for Simbo. Kulibali and Rakesh also had to enforce 1 foul each in order to ensure that they are not allowing the opposition a free walk in the park. 10 fouls from TRAU, Jakanov with a couple of them, Suranjit with 2 of them, Vidyananda, Deepak, Manjeet and Rohit had 1 foul each. And as the game would have, it was a well-fought game from both the teams, and the final result, Neroca FC, well, that's the points table. Neroca leapfrogs TRAU into the 12th position as they move on to 10 points with 1 goal more than what TRAU has done, and that came in this game itself. And everyone, thank you for joining in. It was a close contest, but we will be coming back with a lot more. As the things stand, it's 1-0 as Neroca clinches the bragging rights of the Imphal Derby for now. This will be your commentators Rohit and Bhashwar signing off.